it's Mia, and today we're going to be making a brioche. So this is a 2-day process of a bread, and so we're going to just jump right in. Hope it turns out good. We need 50 grams of milk. Perfect. And then I'm going to microwave this a little so that it's about 66 degrees. No, it's much too warm. Put it in here, hopefully that'll cool it off a little bit faster. Swirl it in the cold bowl. Just want it to be room temperature. Okay, it's close enough. Then we need to add 8 grams of yeast. Mix it all up. And then we add 60 grams of all-purpose flour on the top. And I will cover that with some plastic wrap. And we let that sit for 10 minutes. So while we let this sit over here, we're going to get all the rest of our ingredients ready. So we're going to need 40 grams of granulated sugar and 340 grams of bread flour. And let's see, we need 8 grams of sea salt. We want to mix that in separately so we don't ruin the yeasty business. So now we will be ready to take this all over to the mixer once our yeast is ready. Here's our flour and our sugar mixture. 220 grams of eggs and salt. And we'll mix that all together. Okay, now we mix for 5 more minutes. Oops. Now we're supposed to add a little bit of flour. And then we mix again for another 5 minutes. Okay, it's been another 5 minutes. And I want to make sure we get all the dough scraped off the sides again. This is a very sticky dough. A little bit of flour. I'm going to mix another 5 minutes. window pane test. It's very tough. So that's probably not great. I think our window pane is pretty good though. Now we add our butter. So we had 7 ounces of butter, half at a time, and we mix that up for 2 minutes. Looks disgusting. Okay, we'll mix for another 2 minutes. Okie dokie. Looks like the butter has incorporated, finally. And now we mix in the other half. And we mix for another 2 minutes. Okay. Scraping this down. And this should be the last 2 minutes of mixing. It's done. Woohoo! Here's our brioche dough. And we're going to cover that up with some plastic. And set this in a warm, not too hot spot for an hour to an hour and a half until it doubles in size. Okay, so it's been an hour, and we're going to punch out the excess air. I'm not sure that it rose at all. And it doesn't feel like there's any excess air. So that's interesting. But now we cover it again and we let it rise in the refrigerator for 2 hours. So we'll see what happens. So it's been 2 hours in the fridge. And that does look like it's risen again, I think. So we have to press out the gases again and then cover it, and then it rests in the fridge overnight. Okay, cool. We will reconvene in the morning. This is our dough from overnight. It's very hard. I'm going to be making, I'm not sure how much this is going to make actually. how much brioche it's going to make, but I'm going to try making it in here. So I'm just greasing this with some butter. Butter, 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 butter. All right, done. So nice hand moisturizer. Butter flavored. You will be the favorite of all the dogs in the neighborhood. We're going to do 2-ounce pieces of this, roll them into a little ball, and then put them into our pan, like 8 next to each other in there. Wow. That was like really stuck in there. Okay. I have a feeling that's going to be the densest bread in the entire world. I mean, that is so hard. Can't even explain to you. And I feel like that's probably not right. Okay. Nice. So you want to like cup this in your hand, push down and create circles like so. Okay. So now supposed to fit in here. Nice and evenly. 6, 7. Oh no. Can't make 2 loaves. We'll have to make a loaf and some buns. Okay. Like so. I'm going to make an egg wash. So we do 1 egg, pinch of salt, and a dash heavy cream. And we mix it all up. And we're going to brush the tops of these. We need to let these double in volume for an hour to an hour and a half. I've already placed a pan of steam into the oven to start the humidifying process. And now we will just pop those in there and let them rest. So we just brought these out from rising, which they did not do much of. Kind of what I was expecting because the dough is so dense. But we're gonna give them another egg wash and then bake them at 375 and see what happens. They've also been proving for an hour and a half. The first hour they basically did nothing, so we'll see. I don't know why this happens when I try to make bread other than the really simple bread. It's like it just not rising. So I feel like I come across this problem all the time, and it's really annoying. Like, I'm just really annoyed. Put in all this time and effort, and like the first day you think it's working, and then you get to the next day when you're like shaping, and then you're supposed to prove it again, and it's supposed to double in size, and it does nothing. And then you bake it, and you're left with this like hard, chewy, disgusting. Am I upsetting you? So the oven is now preheated. I'm going to let this one sit on the warm stove, the warm heat from the oven, to see if it'll rise anymore, because these are like not risen at all. I don't know why, but these at least do look like they're slightly bigger than they were. So we're gonna bake these. Gonna let those rise a few more minutes and see what happens. Take back some of the mean things I said about these. They're actually rising quite a bit in the oven, and they look pretty good. Good. This looks really good. Wow. Cool. So those were in there for 18 minutes. Let's try a piece of this. Look at that. So I take away some of the main things that I said earlier. This is fluffy and light and buttery and delightful. This is nice. I'm kind of shocked that they're so nice. They came out really cute. I might just eat like this whole plate. I might. And here's the one in the pan. It came out actually pretty good. So there you have it. My first brioche. I think it turned out actually pretty well. I'm shocked and delighted. I will see you next time when we whisk up something else.